welcome to the show. Great to be with you. Thanks for stopping by today. Hope you're having a good day, and we're at the end of the week, and we do air 5 days a week. Air shows live 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern Time, if you'd like to dial it in at that time, and wherever you are on the planet. You can do that by going to letstalknutrition.com, but the show does air on your local radio station in different times in different markets depending on where you live. So you have to check your local listings. And a couple of guests today. Stephen J. from Zint will be here. Dr. Audrey Ross will be here from Country Life Vitamins. And it's all good. Always have somebody in the batter's box. They can hit the curveball. They don't have trouble with the curve. That's a nice movie, by the way. You like that movie?
Yes.
You need to turn your mic on.
It is on.
Oh. Why you sound hollow?
Oh.
That's a nice shirt, brother.
Got an Under Armour shirt on. I can finally wear it. It's not.
It's an Under Armour shirt.
Yeah, it doesn't. My gut's not sticking out as bad. I didn't say as much. I said it's bad.
I didn't say anything. It's good. You're making progress.
Yeah.
Did you pay attention yesterday when Dr. Lyon was on?
Yes. Yes. We actually had a discussion about it last night. Me and Angela did. And about the diet plan and everything that they use.
Okay, we'll need to talk about it. If you're interested in wanting to implement that, we can do that.
I was curious when he was talking about, and you've said it before, when you get to a certain weight, your body says, okay, that's my normal weight, and I will always go back to it if you don't watch out. I was curious for Gary, when you hear that, does that kind of like take a little wind out of your sails, or just make you know that this is going to be a lifetime focus and not something that you can just get to that point and then be good?
What was your maximum weight?
318.
Okay. Stephen, that in case you're new to the show, that other voice you heard is Stephen Armstrong, the other producer on the other side of the glass. 318 is his set point now. And the body, I guess it's biology, for some reason wants to remember that that's his weight. And nature being what it is in evolution, we selected that gene to do that. And nature doesn't know obesity, heart, healthy, unhealthy. It just knows that's your weight, and I'm anthropomorphizing nature. I realize that, but nature's saying, well, that's his weight. I got to keep him at that weight, because if he's not at that weight, he's going to die. He's going to start, he's out of his weight, and he can get into trouble. That's why it does that. It's a survival mechanism as I see it. And you're right, Stephen. It is a lifetime now endeavor, because the body wants to push back to that weight, because it got a signal that this is my weight and this is where I need to be in order to be healthy. It doesn't discriminate the weight with health. And so Stephen he was listening, obviously. Dr. Lyon made that point yesterday, that this will be a lifetime endeavor. Weight loss is not one episode. Weight loss is a series of episodes that will continue for the rest of your life. Once you enter into that world of overweight and obesity, you're in that world forever. You may lose the weight, not be overweight or obese, but biologically, you still roam in that world. And so you have to lose the weight and then maintain. That's why we call it weight management. And it was interesting yesterday that Dr. Lyon alluded to some and talked directly about certain principles that I talk about on this show. For example, he said that What we try to do with our patients, he has the clinic in Canada. What we try to do with our patients is little progressive steps, just little things. And I was listening to him, and you hear me talk about on the show the concept and the principle of small wins. You look for small wins. And in their clinic in Canada, and you're going to hear more about it, I can't reveal, but all I can say to you is you're going to know more about this clinic and my involvement with it at some point. They have a team no less, of medical professionals to help their patients. And the patients for this clinic, it's called Medical Weight Management Program. It's a Canadian government-sponsored program. And it's free for Canadians. But the only way they can get into it, these are people that are obese and have been referred to the clinic. In the clinic, they see hundreds of people every day. Hundreds. And so they have quite a history and record with dealing with this obesity problem. And so for Gary, over this past year, he started at 318. He's now at 276. That's an accomplishment. Took a year to lose that much weight. How much weight is that? Do the math.
42 pounds.
Okay. 42 pounds. There's 52 weeks in a year. He was losing less than a pound a week. That's okay. That's a victory. I always say, if you can lose 1 pound a week and keep it off, that's fabulous. What's the message that's conveyed in the marketing out there? Permanent weight loss, we can get you to lose as much as 10 pounds a week, and it'll be permanent. That's a lie. You know, lie? It's a lie. It's not permanent. It has to be no guarantees. And most of those programs work on a principle of calorie restriction. All weight loss programs do. The question is, how do you do it? What is the nutritional protocol that you're going to use? And on the show today, yesterday, we explored that with Dr. Lyon. And you're going to hear more about it. It is a theme that captures the interest of people on Let's Talk Nutrition coast to coast and globally, because it's an epidemic. It is an epidemic, and it's not abating. And we will break down that program in more detail as time goes on. And we'll let you know. I'll let you know, and I'll update you about a potential project that Dr. Lyon and I are going to work on. And we're going to get Gary to help us. And it will be global. It's an important topic because it's inspiring early death and disease, beginning in childhood with the disease. Kids with adult diseases and adults with life-threatening diseases. Everything from, you name it. Metabolic diseases, diabetes, cancer. It's amazing. Come back. We'll talk with Stephen J. from Zint.
I'm Joy McCarthy, holistic nutritionist, and I expect more from my multivitamin. I've researched many vitamins, and what's truly different about Every Woman's One Daily from New Chapter is that it's fermented with probiotics and whole foods and gentle even on an empty stomach. Every Woman's One Daily helps you feel good every day, giving you immune, energy, and stress support, and nutrients for bone and heart health. You will notice a difference. Every Woman's One Daily recently won the Best Multivitamin Award, and I love that it's non-GMO project verified. Discover the wisdom of nature with New Chapter.
Whether you spend your free time on a treadmill, under a car, or in your garden, if your active lifestyle leaves you sore, Body Vigor's Inflammaforce may be exactly what you need. Inflammaforce has a natural herb blend that acts as an anti-inflammatory to help maintain healthy joint and mobility support. There are standardized herbs like white willow, boswellia, turmeric, ginger, and devil's claw. The vegetarian capsule promotes easy digestion and a fast-acting dissolve process. Inflammaforce includes a proprietary enzyme herbal blend full of antioxidants and flavonoids that target pain and inflammation throughout the body. Body Vigor's Inflammaforce contains ingredients that support normal, healthy joint flexibility and function, builds healthy tissue, and helps with your recovery process. So if you're tired of sore joints and inflamed muscles, Body Vigor's Inflammaforce is your answer. Purchase Inflammaforce.
Welcome back. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition, wherever and however you may be listening or watching the show, and whatever you may be doing. Stephen J from Zint. Stephen Zint from J. No. Zint is the company, Z-I-N-T. You need to visit their website. Really interesting constellation of supplements. In the sense of what they're intended to do as a group. And the term superfoods has been used a lot recently, more, relatively speaking. You see it a lot in the marketing. It's referred to. It's now even made its way into mass market. You'll see it in commercials and whatnot. Superfoods. Exactly what would that be? Now, it implies, it connotes all sorts of meaning. If it's a superfood, then it must be exceptional in some form or fashion than what? Regular food. Let's see what Stephen thinks about all this. And he's an educator for Zint. Stephen, welcome back to Let's Talk Nutrition. You're a super guest. You want to talk about superfoods, and you work for a super company, and maybe you're Superman.
And you're a super guy as well, Doctor. It was wonderful to meet you at Expo East, finally in person.
Yeah. How you look? It looks like you lost substantial weight.
Did that look like a good thing or a different?
No, it looked good. You're a handsome fella, and you look nice and what's the word, svelte.
You know something? I'll tell you, I was listening to your opening commentary, and which, by the way, as a public speaker and a television guest host, a radio guest host, and being in PR for a long time, I really appreciate the power of your pause. You've got great pause power.
Well, thank you.
And I was really enjoying listening to the opening segment about weight and and all that other things. And I started thinking about myself. And you were talking about Dr. Lyon and how he was saying that the body kind of has its survival weight that it feels it needs to be at to survive.
Which would be your maximum. What was your maximum weight, Stephen?
So I'm going to talk about that. So I was always really a skinny guy. Even as a kid, I was always thin, and I even wore an extra layer of clothes underneath because I was embarrassed because I was skinny, and I played football, and I got bounced all around the field. But what happened was when I hit, I guess would you say middle age, all of a sudden, the pounds started to creep up at me. I was always about 170 to 180 pounds, a 31 to 32 waist. Always have enjoyed lifting weights since I was a teenager. But then I just, I just got a little bit more comfortable. I started, eating bigger portions, and pasta has always been one of my favorite foods. And I was eating, just pretty much whatever I wanted to eat. But I was taking about 30 supplements a day. So I said, hey, this is probably a pretty healthy thing. I'm taking all these great antioxidants, these supplements and everything. But I wasn't really watching what I was eating. And what I didn't realize is my relationship to food had changed. And I went up to just under 225 pounds, and my waist went from a 31 to a 32 up to a 38, which was tight, so it was probably even more like close to a 40.
Yikes.
And I had been passing we have security cameras in our home, and I was passing one of the LCD screens, and I caught a side view image of myself passing the security camera, and I realized how large my gut had gotten. And then there was this other baffling thing that I couldn't figure out. And I hope you'll laugh because it was quite funny. When I looked at myself in the mirror sideways, I could not understand why my belt buckle was no longer laying flat on my waist, but it was always bending down. I just couldn't figure it out. And I realized, hey, that's my big belly that's pushing it over.
Well, I've seen that phenomenon. That's called the buckle. What can we call that? The buckle fold over or the buckle flip, Gary. Yeah. What? Gary's had that experience.
Yes. I've had that experience where my dad had cars. The whole car story. I've told Doc about this. we weren't allowed to wear belt buckles around my dad because we had cars.
You scratched the car paint.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah, and so when I got older, I always wore a belt buckle, and then when I left the police academy, I got big, and I was like, I stopped wearing a belt buckle again because of that.
So
yeah,
here you are walking by your security camera for your home, and you caught a glimpse of yourself, and you said, I'm done with this. Is that it?
So I realized I had to do something about it.
What did you do?
And that's, really, what I'm going to segue into Zint is that I realized that it was time for me to take control of my health.
There you go.
It was time for me to take control of what I was consuming and how I was consuming it. And I think that's what the real problem is when it comes to, overweight and metabolic syndrome and all that other stuff. It's that people don't have a healthy relationship with food.
That's right.
They don't look at food for what it is doing to their body when they put it in their body. They're only looking at food for the bliss factor or the pleasure that they're going to get out of it.
Well, we have things to say about that. And we're going to use Superfoods as a platform for better health. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition, wherever and however you may be listening or watching the show, and whatever you may be doing while listening or watching. My guest is Stephen J. from Zint. I guess I want to turn you into a Zint, Stephen, but Stephen is an educator for Zint Nutrition. Please visit their website. They made a business out of health business, if you will, out of superfoods. And the way they do it is pretty good. I'm using several of their products as we speak. I just finished off a bag of their cacao, and they have a whole constellation of them, and their repertoire is growing. Stephen, welcome back. What is a superfood?
So a superfood is a nutrient-rich powerhouse that packs large doses of antioxidants, polyphenols, vitamins, and minerals, as opposed to most other foods that do not. Just like you would think of Superman. What is Superman? He's got superhuman abilities. A superfood has super nutritional abilities. And these things are, really foods that can change your life in so many different ways, just simply because they affect the body, whether it has to do with regulating mood, whether it has to do with losing weight, whether it has to do with antioxidant activity. These are foods in their raw state, and at Zint, we believe in delivering them to you in the way that nature intended. That means in their raw format. We do them in powdered formats. And I mentioned to you earlier when I was, a bit overweight and taking upwards of 30 supplements a day, they were all in capsule or tablet form, which is not really the way the body is best able to absorb the nutrients that the body needs from food. So what we do is we deliver either through powder or liquids for super bioavailability, which means that you're going to get delivered to your body all the nutrients, once again, the way nature intended to, and they're also very easy to integrate into your life because, could you imagine me carrying around, 30 vitamin pills or capsules during the day? We're here now. I could take one or two powders and just toss it into a smoothie or have it baked into a recipe that, my wife might have made or something like that. Mm-hmm. And it's just very simple and easy to integrate into your life.
How many superfoods you have now? How many SKUs?
We've got about 7 or 8 right now, and they continue to expand. Right. The newest one we had spoken about in the last show was white quinoa. We have turmeric now as well, cacao, camu, mesquite, lucuma, and they're all fabulous. And what we're doing right now is, while we're on the topic of superfood, one of the other great products we make, and actually it's now by far and away our runaway bestseller, is collagen and gelatin. That is wonderful for everything for, helping to restore luster and health to skin, hair, and nails, help seal leaky gut syndrome, which is a major health issue today due to the terrible American diet that people are consuming here in this country. So we've actually put together some combo packs that are going to be up on our website within the next week or two.
Oh, that's a good idea.
For the holidays, because around the holiday time, right around then, people start thinking, hey, New Year's is right around the corner. Time for those resolutions. Time to get into the gym. Try to take care of my health and get back to stride. So we put a couple of them together that we think are going to benefit people. For example, we put an energy combo together, and I believe these are going to be available with 2 products and a shaker cup, again, for portability and to make it really easy for people to use throughout their day. The energy one is going to contain maca and lucuma. Now, let's just talk.
That's interesting.
Because I know we don't have a lot of time, but, maca has these incredible benefits for energy, memory, and mood because of the great ingredients that it has within it. It's a great item to take before your workout to increase your energy, or maybe you didn't get a great night's sleep the night before and you want to boost your energy. And the nice thing about maca is that it doesn't give you that energy that's going to give you the jitters. It doesn't have any caffeine or anything like that. It's going to give you a nice, balanced boost of energy throughout your day. And we've chosen to pair that with lucuma, because that's got a great flavor to it. It's also got great antioxidants. It's high in beta-carotene. It's iron-rich. It's fiber-rich. It's a great source of niacin in a vegan format, and it's great for wound healing and anti-inflammatory. So, really any of these superfoods are going to have just incredible antioxidant and health boosting.
So you're going to put those two. You're going to put those two together, the maca and the
lucuma.
Lucuma. Now, should those be mixed with water or what?
That's a great question. You could really mix it with whatever you want, and I encourage everybody out there to experiment with it. I personally love to put any of these things either in an almond milk or preferably even a coconut milk, because then you're getting healthy fats with that as well, and toss that. You could even just mix it with a spoon or a fork into the almond milk or the coconut milk, or if you got a NutriBullet or a Vitamix, even better, toss in some, blueberries or maybe pink cherries that I like to do, and it makes for a really quick, easy superfood booster in the morning or any part of the day. If you don't have time in the morning,
that's a good idea. Let me ask you this: if somebody took those two products, the lucuma and the maca, and they put in a scoop of protein, maybe some plant-based protein, something from Genuine Health or whatever company, would that interfere with the other two products?
Oh, no, not at all. Actually, you're just it will not interfere at all. It'll just add another dimension to your smoothie, meaning that now you're going to get a great dose of protein while taking your maca and your lucuma. And because of the lucuma's amazing taste, which is kind of a cross, it's kind of like a mango mapley flavor.
It is.
It's going to taste delicious.
All right. Well, I'm in the process of writing I do a health minute that's aired on other stations, and the one I'm working on now deals with boosting energy. I may, listening to you, I may include that in the promo or in the health minute as something that the listeners for those stations can use. It's a good idea. All right, good. Thanks, Stephen. I appreciate that. We'll be right back.
Whether you spend your free time on a treadmill, under a car, or in your garden, if your active lifestyle leaves you sore, Body Vigor's Inflammaforce may be exactly what you need. Inflammaforce has a natural herb blend that acts as an anti-inflammatory to help maintain healthy joint and mobility support. There are standardized herbs like white willow, boswellia, turmeric, ginger, and devil's claw. The vegetarian capsule promotes easy digestion and a fast-acting dissolve process. Inflammaforce includes a proprietary enzyme herbal blend full of antioxidants and flavonoids that target pain and inflammation throughout the body. Body Vigor's Inflammaforce contains ingredients that support normal, healthy joint flexibility and function, builds healthy tissue, and helps with your recovery process. So if you're tired of sore joints and inflamed muscles, Body Vigor's Inflammaforce is your answer. Purchase Inflammaforce exclusively on Amazon.com.
is a pretty cool company. Dietary food, I want to call them a supplement kind. They're supplements, but they're food supplements, if you know what I mean. Zint, Z-I-N-T. Go to zintnutrition.com. Products are kind of cool.
What was the chocolate stuff you...
Cacao. I just finished a bag. I've been adding a little bit of cacao to my espresso in the morning with some almond milk, the Orgain almond milk. Just a little. It gives it a nice flavor, and it's wonderful. I just did the whole bag. Just finished it 2 mornings ago, and I like cacao is a superfood, and Zint. All of their products are in that sort of class and category. And Stephen J is my guest. Stephen, the Lucuma, we have somebody in the studio who is interning, and she was asking me about the Lucuma. And I was telling her it's a cross between a pear, it's a fruit, it's a cross between a pear and a mango. It's been around in Peruvian culture for hundreds, if not thousands of years. The Incas celebrated that plant and that fruit, and you guys have done a great job. And now you're saying take that, the Lucuma, and mix it with maca, and you got a power drink, a superfood power drink for energy. Yep.
Exactly. Absolutely. And you know what, Doc? Lucuma is so delicious, and it's so easily digestible. It's actually the first food that Peruvian babies are given. And also, it's the number one ice cream flavor in Peru as well.
Wow.
So it's yummy stuff.
It is yummy, and it's organic. Is my memory right about that? Is it organic?
It is organic. You know, you brought up a great talking point that I wanted to touch upon. All of Zint products, these are not just superfoods or the collagen and gelatin and everything. This is incredibly high quality, the highest quality superfood and collagen you're going to find on the market. We have got more certifications on our packaging than I think that I've seen anybody else. It's all USDA organic certified, non-GMO project verified, OU kosher certified, it's gluten free. It's everything that you could want it to be, it is, and even more. And any one of these superfoods, there's so many multiple layers of benefits that you get with them. And you know what, just going back to Lucuma, the great thing about that is that you've got all these, it's so rich in beta carotene and all these great antioxidants, but it tastes great too. And you talked about cacao, right? So that's actually another combo pack that we're going to be putting together. That's going to be our antioxidant combo pack. We're going to be pairing cacao with camu.
Oh, good.
So, a camu and the cacao, why do people love chocolate so much? It's because there are substances in there. I believe it's called anandamide that creates this euphoric feeling. It goes right to the brain, and it's what they call the bliss factor. That's why everybody loves to eat chocolate. But the problem with the chocolate that most people are eating today is that it's loaded up with milk and other sugars and sometimes high fructose corn syrup, and it just becomes something that in nature was created for its health benefits and actually tastes a bit bitter, but it's good when you mix it up, like you said, with an almond milk or some other.
Sure. It's what I like it.
And they destroy it, and they make it something that is so unhealthful. When in fact, if you go on, you go on the line or something like that, and you buy Zint cacao, you're going to mix it into your smoothie. It's going to taste great. You're going to get all these amazing health benefits, antioxidant benefits from it.
Now, I just want to, if I can, just step back a minute to the camu. It too has some Peruvian roots. It's also used in Brazil. and so on, found in the Amazon rainforest there. The camu camu is it's a powerful antioxidant in its nature, bioflavonoids and phytochemicals in it, and has anti-inflammatory, antiviral, antibacterial elements to it. So you're going to mix the camu camu with the with the camu camu. You're going to mix with what?
The camo I'm mixing with. We're gonna sell them in a combo. We're gonna sell the camo in a combo pack with the cacao.
Oh, you're gonna mix those two together,
right? For a super antioxidant combination. I mean, you've got with camo. This is the most potent vitamin C fruit, vegetable, whatever on face of the earth. It's got the
highest vitamin C content. You're right.
Rich food on earth. We're talking about 1 teaspoon of Camel Doc has 60 times the amount of vitamin C contained in 1 orange.
There you go.
Which everybody thinks oranges have got the most vitamin C. But you would have to eat 60 oranges to get as much vitamin C as you get in 1 teaspoon of Camel.
This is good. It should create for an interesting taste because camu has a tart flavor to it.
Correct. It does, and actually with that antioxidant factor, the vitamin C, of course, in the camu, believe it or not, that the cacao is actually the most antioxidant-rich food in the world. People probably don't know that.
That's right.
It's got an ORAC score, which is an oxygen radical absorption capacity, of 95,500.
My goodness.
Which is huge. And then it also, it's got flavonoids in it and all these other amazing polyphenols and all those.
When are you going to have these packets put together?
We hope to have them up within the next 2 weeks on Zint.
That would make for nice holiday gifts.
That's our thought process, absolutely.
Go to Zint, Z-I-N-T, ZintNutrition.com. Stephen, thank you so much for coming on and sharing your understanding of Zint Nutrition products. We really appreciate it. I love them. They're great products. I'm a big fan. Zint, good company, man. They're making their way onto the scene here. We're very proud to have them on the show and introduce them to you. They do make a difference. Their products, use the raw materials are the best. They're organic, and they handle them and manufacture them. They don't destroy them. The ingredients, that is, the compounds. ZintNutrition.com. We'll be back.
to the show.
Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. Thanks for stopping by today, wherever and however you may be listening or watching the show, and whatever you may be doing. Glad you could tune in, and we're glad to be tuned in to you. And we ask you to connect. We like it when you connect. And we have various ways to do that on the show. Of course, you can call 877-897-8255. That's a toll-free number. Outside the U.S., it's 813-636-8255. That's 813-636-8255. And then you can go to our Facebook page and send messages to me that way. You can send me a message to my email, drgarco@letstalknutrition.com. Right? So we have all kinds of ways. And by the way, we have an app. Download that app. 3 buttons. One of those buttons will get you some discounts on supplements. The password, the code is GARCO, G-A-R-K-O, when you get there. Download that onto your handheld device. And the show streams, too, live on Facebook, YouTube, and our website, globally. So, speaking of global, here's a quiz question. Which of the following, people love this, which of the following is responsible for nearly 1 in 6 deaths worldwide? Which of the following? A, pollution. B, cancer. C, obesity. Which one of those? The boys are usually good on this. Which of those is responsible for, according to a new report published in The Lancet yesterday, which of the following is responsible for 1 in 6 deaths globally? A, pollution. B, cancer. C, obesity. You want to take a crack at it? What do you think?
I would say B, cancer.
Stephen, you have a guess?
No, sorry about that. It was in the middle of something else.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. So what were the choices again? It was
pollution, cancer, obesity. Which one of those is responsible for 1 in 6 deaths, according to a new report published in The Lancet?
My gut says obesity.
Well, unbelievable. You're both wrong. That's so unusual.
See, I was going to say pollution.
Why go? I always tell my go with your first instinct.
That my gut was obesity, but I was thinking pollution because of what other ailments that can lead to, which would eventually cause, death or malady and whatnot.
Pollution. Now, we're not just talking about air pollution. We're talking about water pollution, air pollution, soil pollution, chemical pollution, occupational pollution in the workplace. The only pollution they didn't include in the report was people pollution. Those toxic people. You like that, Gary?
We have that discussion at least once a day about toxic people in our lives and how do we get them out and how it affects your life and how it affects your health.
Let me tell you something. In my opinion, we certainly carry a body burden of toxic chemicals. No question about that. Everybody, you, me, if we all subjected ourselves to the certain blood tests, go to the Environmental Working Group, EWG.org, and you'll learn a thing or two, or read my articles on we live in a toxic world. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're a Buddhist monk living in a monastery in Tibet. They'll find a body burden of toxic chemicals. But you know what? You don't need a toxic burden of toxic people caused by toxic people in your life either.
Okay. So I'm going to go back several months. You went to a support group. And do you remember going to this? And you called me and you said, I can't hang out with these guys. These guys are just.
Oh, no, they were 2 guys that some people that had cancer, right?
Yes.
And it was too negative for me. Didn't like it. I said, I'm not going to do that again. It was too negative. Now, there are support groups. I never attended any of those. These were just some people hanging out.
See, I'm all about the Johnny Rah-Rah. I really am. When I have a conversation with somebody and when we talk and I'm like, hey, this is, we're going to go do this. I don't want to hear, why are we going to go? I'm like, yeah, great. Let's go. Let's
go do this. Yeah. And, pollution takes on many forms. And someday we'll devote some attention to toxic, a toxic social network, if you want to put it that way. This study was pretty compelling. Air pollution is by far the greatest contributor to early death, they said in the report. And it was the Lancet Commission on Pollution and Health. The Lancet is a journal, one of the most prestigious journals. It's published in England. This form of pollution, air pollution, is linked to 6.5 million fatalities a year. That's a lot of people. And water pollution is responsible for almost 2 million deaths a year. And workplace-related pollution, which led to about almost 1 million deaths. They said in a report, workplace pollution poses the next largest risk. That's what took my father's life. He worked for, in Pittsburgh, he worked for the railroad. He worked on the platforms where the trains and the trucks and whatnot. And his lungs were completely destroyed. It was workplace pollution. Took him out at 56. Horrible death. It was horrible to watch. And he was a good man. In the report, they cite a Dr. Audrey. He's a commissioner and director of health for World Bank Group, and he said, pollution disproportionately impacts the poor and vulnerable, close quote. They say in the report that children worldwide face the highest risks. Now, there are tens of thousands of chemicals out in the air, the water, the soil, the food chain, and there's no escaping. We created it. We did it. In the purpose of, ironically, in many cases, trying to better humankind. But it was also done for great profit and inspired by greed and not doing the right thing. Just, you wouldn't empty the waste matter from your toilet in your front yard, would you? Well, that's what happens here on the planet, in a sense. When these companies in the metric ton are doing exactly that. It's the front yard of the planet. And this place has become nearly a toilet. The oceans are, it's just remarkable what we've done to this earth. The planet will survive these insults. We can try to choke it to death all we want. We will perish before it. It has survived greater threats than humans. Ice Age, meteorites, and whatnot. Amazing. Pollution. 1 in 6 deaths. The Lancet, a new report. Check it out. You'll find it online. Dr. Audrey Ross will be back. She has something on her mind. I think you'll find it pretty interesting and compelling.
I'm Joy McCarthy, holistic nutritionist, and I expect more from my multivitamin. I've researched many vitamins, and what's truly different about Every Woman's One Daily from New Chapter is that it's fermented with probiotics and whole foods and gentle even on an empty stomach. Every Woman's One Daily helps you feel good every day, giving you immune, energy, and stress support, and nutrients for bone and heart health. You will notice a difference. Every Woman's One Daily recently won the Best Multivitamin Award, and I love that it's non-GMO project verified. Discover the wisdom of nature with New Chapter.
Whether you spend your free time on a treadmill, under a car, or in your garden, if your active lifestyle leaves you sore, Body Figures Inflammaforce may be exactly what you need. Inflammaforce has a natural herb blend that acts as an anti-inflammatory to help maintain healthy joint and mobility support. There are standardized herbs like white willow, boswellia, turmeric, ginger, and devil's claw. The vegetarian capsule promotes easy digestion and a fast-acting dissolve process. Inflammaforce includes a proprietary enzyme herbal blend full of antioxidants and flavonoids that target pain and inflammation throughout the body. Body Vigor's Inflammaforce contains ingredients that support normal, healthy joint flexibility and function, builds healthy tissue, and helps with your recovery process. So if you're tired of sore joints and inflamed muscles, Body Vigor's Inflammaforce is your answer. Purchase Inflammaforce.
Welcome back. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. If you just tuned in, thanks for doing that. And if you weren't tuned in, thank you too. And Dr. Audrey Ross is my guest. I don't know where she's been. Did they put her in that witness protection program? She's disappeared.
Nowhere. We haven't seen her for a while.
I don't know what happened to her. I heard rumors about the witness protection. I don't know. We'll have to ask her. Dr. Ross, nobody's listening. Are you in the witness protection program?
Yes, but don't tell anyone.
Okay. Where you been? Where have you been?
Oh, I've been on the road. I'm a road warrior. You know.
Same thing. It's the same thing. That's what they do. Witnesses in the protection program. They put them on the road, keep them moving, so nobody can.
Right. They can never catch me. I'm like a tumbleweed. I'm going all over the place.
Well, you don't have to pay your taxes. They will never find you.
That's right.
How are the Gambinos?
Yes, there's method to my madness.
And what do those supplements look like for the mob? What kind of supplements are those? Wise Guy. Yeah, there you go. There's the brand. Wise Guy supplements.
There we go.
Oh my God.
Forget about it.
Forget about it. Yeah, we got to forget about it. That's great, Gary.
You know, we really need to lighten up here, guys. I mean, this is...
Well, I just come off of talking about 1 in 6 deaths due to pollution. If you talk about death, dying, and disease all the time, you know, people do what? They turn the dial. I mean, I don't want to listen to that either. So we try to lighten it up.
Well, and just like you guys were talking about, you don't want to be around gloom and doom all the time. You have to have some positive and some things that go on that make you smile.
People pollution.
People pollution.
Toxic people.
Yep, and they're everywhere. And it's your choice to move away from them.
We'll have to talk about that. You know, that's a dimension of wellness. It can be talked about, and you can use evidence. It can be an evidence-based conversation on how certain people in your life, how it affects your health and your wellness. Someday I'm going to do that. I've done it in the past, but just not in great depth. But we won't do that today. When you were in school, what's the worst grade you ever made?
You really want me to tell you?
I asked you.
I was devastated when I got a B.
Oh, for heaven's sake!
It was one of those things like, oh no.
A B? Did you ever get a D?
No.
You never did.
Mm-mm.
Did you ever get an F? Never.
Never. I was a weird person. I mean, I still am a weird person, but I was one of those studious students, and when I was graduating from high school, and they said, well, there's only a 0.05% difference between you and this other girl for valedictorian. I said, okay, I'm going to fail all my classes because I don't want to give a speech.
What'd you do, go out and beat her up or something?
No, I didn't want to do it because imagine this, I do public speaking now as a living, but back then I was bound and determined I wasn't going to get up in front of the class and do a valedictorian speech. So I tried to flunk my classes, and the principal said, Audrey, you can flunk every single one. You're still going to be up there.
Yeah. Well, see, you're a high achiever. So if
she's going to Tanya Harding the other valedictorian.
I know, she's going to put a pipe on her. Hit her with a pipe. 0.5 ahead of me. I'll fix you. You won't be able to get up on that stage when I'm done with you.
Dr. Ross, but studying and going to school, did that make you happy?
It did, actually.
Mm-hmm.
It was that personal achievement. I was very driven at that point, and I still am to a certain degree. But I've learned to modulate it a little bit because that's the overachiever where you can really do too much and really affect your health.
Yeah. So if
balance.
I wrote an article one time. Bad grades, good vitamins. And I was referring to vitamin D, vitamin F, and whatnot. Mm-hmm. They're terrible grades in school, but vitamin D is something special. And all of a sudden these days, you think we just discovered it.
Well, and that's the whole thing. It's like this is something we've known for a long time. And you brought up the Lancet as a very well-published and established and reputable
highly respected.
England. In 2014, they were talking about the importance of it. And right now, we're looking at it and saying, oh, we need vitamin D for bone health. And that is absolutely true. But vitamin D does so much more than that. And that's why I wanted to talk about it today.
Well, you know what's so ironic about vitamin D? You know this, right? What's the original source of vitamin D?
The sun.
The sun. How do you put that in a bottle?
Right.
Exactly. So you wanted to talk about vitamin D, but a particular vitamin D3. So I assume there's a D1 and a D2.
Well, no, we just took D3. D2 is your common D that's found in plants like mushrooms, and D3 is what the body converts UVB rays from the sun to help your system. Now, vitamin D3 is not really a vitamin. We know that it's a prohormone, but it's in that vitamin class because we can take it as a supplement. So when we look at vitamin D3, that's what the body uses. If you consume D2, like from mushrooms, the body has to convert it to D3.
So what would happen to a person who took a pound of calcium? Okay, and it was the wrong kind of calcium supplement too. On top of it, and didn't have enough vitamin D. Save your answer for the other side. I mean, of the commercial. What would happen? This does happen. People will start taking large quantities of calcium, and they are deficient in vitamin D. Dr. Ross will tell you what the downstream consequence of that is. You are listening to Let's Talk Nutrition with Dr. Audrey Ross from Country Life Vitamins, coast to coast and globally. We're going to get into vitamin D3. I know it was a bad grade in school, but it's a good vitamin.
The perfect complement to your beauty regimen? Try Form Essentials Zinnia. The finest of its kind, Zinnia offers twice as much biotin as other formulas, which has proven to unlock the vibrancy in even the dullest of hair, skin, and nails. Zinnia breaks through and rejuvenates cells internally, helping you achieve the allure of effortless beauty. Reviving your hair, skin, and nails has never been easier. This essential blend of biotin, alpha-lipoic, and hyaluronic acid, collagen, and vitamin C creates lasting enhancements to your natural good looks. Don't go on wondering. You're worth the results. This combination of ingredients can only be found in Zinnia. Pamper yourself with a proven bit of affordable luxury and start looking your best. Ask for Zinnia by name at your nearest vitamin retailer to begin your journey to restored nails, head-turning hair, and radiant skin today. For more information, visit formessentials.com.
When your alarm goes off, do you jump out of bed with excitement? Or does it take multiple alarms, a few snooze buttons, or a morning caffeine fix to get you going? These habits and daily stress cause a vicious cycle in which sleep becomes increasingly elusive. In fact, 54% of Americans report struggles to fall or stay asleep. For a better night's rest, look no further than Solace, an all-natural dietary supplement that supports healthy sleep and relaxation, so you get the rest you need to wake up clear-eyed, alert, and ready for the day. Solace has given thousands a better night's rest and the power to take back their mornings while enjoying the day ahead of them. Solace is formulated with non-addictive, scientifically proven, all-natural ingredients that support sleep and relaxation, such as melatonin, tryptophan, and 5-HTP. For more information or to order Solace, visit takesolace.com. Solace for healthy sleep naturally.
Welcome back. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. Your body can make it. Too little of it will cause all sorts of health issues, weak bones, and so on. Can even depress you. Insufficient levels will depress you, and you won't. Very few foods contain it unless they fortify it. What am I talking about? Vitamin D. Dr. Audrey Ross is my guest today, and Country Life Vitamins has a nice line here of vitamin D3. And Dr. Ross, isn't it true that vitamin D3 can get depleted by medications?
Certainly can. By medications, laxatives, toxicity. There's just a lot of things that deplete vitamin
Even
D.
cholesterol-lowering drugs, which are among the leading, I think, probably the best category in sales, that'll do it too, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Pharmaceutical specifically, yes.
When it comes from, is vitamin D, other than, we don't have enough time. Vitamin D from the sun, when it hits the skin, makes vitamin D, right? The sun makes vitamin D in our body when it hits the skin.
The UVB rays are converted to D3 in the body, yes.
Now, is vitamin D, can we eat certain plants and get it?
Mushrooms are a good source of vitamin D, and of course the small fish have vitamin D. You remember the days of cod liver oil, right?
Right. What about sardines? Do sardines have?
Yep.
All right.
Sardines.
All right. Are there any other animal foods that have vitamin D?
Well, when you look at the amounts, they're not significant enough.
Okay.
That's the whole thing that you want to look at. You need either sun exposure, and we go to prehistoric times, and they were out in the sun all the time, and they didn't have sunscreen, and they were working, and they were doing, all the things that they needed to do. But what we look at with taking vitamin D, we always talk about bone health, and then calcium comes along. Well, too much calcium without vitamin D can actually cause calcium deposits in the arteries, calcium deposits in the kidneys, making kidney stones. But a lot of people don't know that if you have that too much calcium in your blood, you can actually affect the parathyroid, and you can get parathyroid disease. And it's interesting because I'm hearing more and more people saying, "Oh, I have a parathyroid disease." It's like, and you're taking calcium. Yeah. And it's like, are you taking D3?
No.
I think so.
I think so.
I think so. So D is, yes, so important for that. And again, we go back into balance. But D isn't just for bones. It's important for bones, yes. But it also helps with the neuromuscular function, the immune function, the nerve function.
Okay.
And you bring up, we want to talk about these things in the news. And like I said, back in 2014, the Lancet was talking about D. But October 18th, this week, UPI had an article talking about Dr. Berry, who's the medical director at the NICU at Nebraska Medical Center.
Mm-hmm.
Preemie babies, and a lot of people probably didn't know this either, preemie babies are given 400 IUs of vitamin D to help their bones and grow.
That's good.
Those are all things. But what she did kind of her own study. It's a small study, but 4 weeks. One group, 400 IUs of the vitamin D. The other group, 800 IUs of vitamin D. And in just 4 weeks' time, they noticed a dramatic difference in bone density and growth. And that's one of the things with preemie babies. You want to get them big enough and strong enough to go home with their parents.
I got it.
So D is so important.
No question. Just to put a round off what we were saying about vitamin D in foods, salmon, mackerel, and mushrooms, when the mushrooms are exposed to light, are source. Mm-hmm. Cod liver oil you mentioned. I mentioned sardines, also tuna, beef or calf liver, also in the egg yolks. On that list, I don't do any of those. Not the only ones I do mushrooms. That's it. of the list. So I can't get my vitamin D from that.
Correct.
All right.
Not enough of it. So that's where our new vanilla vegan D3 spray would be awesome for you.
Okay. Oh, vanilla vegan D3 spray.
And one of our new products. So that's why I want to talk today, because we've got so many new options. You know, and people can go to National Institutes of Health. They have a fact sheet for health professionals, but anybody can access it. That talks about the importance of vitamin D. And they also talk a lot about bone health, because that's where it really is so critical. But they also talk about the neuromuscular function, the immune function, the nerve function, modulation of cell growth. They talk about that, and it's just NIH.gov or NIH.org, wherever you can get to it. And then just go to the vitamin D fact sheet for health professionals.
Okay. Now, we're going to take a call here from Dennis in Bradenton, Florida. But one of the themes that we're going to get to is a Country Life Vitamins has 3 sources to make vitamin D. And that satisfies everybody. But Dennis is in Bradenton. Let's go see what Dennis has on his mind in Bradenton, Florida. Dennis, welcome to the show. Welcome. It's great to have you on.
Good morning. Thank you for taking my call.
My pleasure.
Appreciate your show.
Thank you.
I just had a couple questions I wanted to get your thoughts on, not necessarily related to
your
guest.
It's all right.
One is the product Psyllium from Yerba Prima.
Yeah.
I take that every day. I have for several years.
Yes.
A couple spoonfuls every morning. Do you think there's a problem with that? I mean, as far as using it every day?
No, but what I like to do is switch things up a little bit. Different products, different companies, different kinds of fiber, different kinds of that's a good rule of thumb, a good principle to practice. Nothing wrong with the product.
Okay.
You could go. Country Life Vitamins has fiber products, all these major supplement companies, and try different ones. Switch it up a little bit. It won't hurt.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have a liquid fiber, too.
Go ahead, Dr. Ross. Tell Dennis about it.
Yeah, Country Life has a liquid fiber that tastes really good, and you get a good soluble and insoluble fiber in it. So, and I agree with Dr. Garko, you should switch it up a little bit. You always want to have fiber every day, but switch it up and let your body not get used to just one, but provide a variety, because, again, we go to balance and homeostasis. Yeah. But Country Life has an awesome liquid fiber and tastes really good.
You had a question about herbs, Dennis?
Also, I take oregano, turmeric, and cinnamon every day, or try to, with a little bit of applesauce or something in the morning.
Okay.
And I was wondering if I could overdo it on the herbs like that. Is that
all right? We come back, we'll take a look at those 3, see what Dr. Ross thinks, and we'll continue our conversation about vitamin D3. Country Life Vitamins sources it in 3 different ways to satisfy vegans and others.
The perfect complement to your beauty regimen? Try Form Essentials Zinnia. The finest of its kind, Zinnia offers twice as much biotin as other formulas, which has proven to unlock the vibrancy in even the dullest of hair, skin, and nails. Zinnia breaks through and rejuvenates cells internally, helping you achieve the allure of effortless beauty. Reviving your hair, skin, and nails has never been easier. This essential blend of biotin, alpha-lipoic, and hyaluronic acid, collagen, and vitamin C creates lasting enhancements to your natural good looks. Don't go on wondering, you're worth the results. This combination of ingredients can only be found in Zinnia. Pamper yourself with a proven bit of affordable luxury and start looking your best. Ask for Zinnia by name at your nearest vitamin retailer to begin your journey to restored nails, head-turning hair, and radiant skin today. For more information, visit formessentials.com.
When your alarm goes off, do you jump out of bed with excitement? Or does it take multiple alarms, a few snooze buttons, or a morning caffeine fix to get you going? These habits and daily stress cause a vicious cycle in which sleep becomes increasingly elusive. In fact, 54% of Americans report struggles to fall or stay asleep. For a better night's rest, look no further than Solace, an all-natural dietary supplement that supports healthy sleep and relaxation, so you get the rest you need to wake up clear-eyed, alert, and ready for the day. Solace has given thousands a better night's rest and the power to take back their mornings while enjoying the day ahead of them. Solace is formulated with non-addictive, scientifically proven, all-natural ingredients that support sleep and relaxation, such as melatonin, tryptophan, and 5-HTP. For more information or to order Solace, visit takesolace.com. Solace for healthy sleep naturally.
I got the LTN health question of the day. Right answer, $25 supplement gift card. You sure? You know it's going to be about vitamin D. Which of the following would contain vitamin D? Which of the following foods would contain vitamin D? All right. Salmon, mushrooms, egg yolks, or all of the above? Salmon, mushrooms, egg yolks, or all of the above? Which one? What's the right answer? If you have the right answer, again, that $25 supplement gift card, here's the number to call.
877-897-8255. 877-892-55. You know, if I wasn't paying attention, you would have gotten me.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Don't get tricked. Let's go back to Dennis. Dr. Ross, you remember he was you take what? Oregano oil with cinnamon. What was the other one? Dennis?
Oregano, not oil, just plain oregano. I buy it in these little bottles.
Okay, oregano, cinnamon, what else?
And turmeric.
What do you think about that every day, Dr. Ross?
I don't think it's going to be harmful. You know, maybe take a break every now and then. Maybe take a day or two off and then do it again. But turmeric is awesome, anti-inflammatory. Oregano, great, supports the immune system. Cinnamon helps with blood sugar. So it's a good combination. Not anything that's going to affect major problems.
Okay. Did we answer your questions, Dennis?
Yeah, very good. Can I answer your question?
No. No, I'm just kidding. Let me ask Stephen. Hold on a second. I'm just messing with you, brother. Can he answer the question? Yes, you can.
Okay, it's all of the above.
All right, there you go. You got. I was just messing with you, right, Dennis?
Well, I wasn't sure. I didn't know.
See, if I wasn't paying attention, you would have had me at salmon. Salmon threw me off.
No, Dennis. You got the right answer, man. You won a $25 supplement gift card. How about that?
Well, that's great.
There you go, man.
Awesome.
You have a nice weekend.
Thank you. You too. Appreciate your answer.
It's our pleasure, man. Let's go to John. He works in a health store here in the area, Vitamin Discount Center. John, you had a question.
Yeah, good morning, Dr. Garko, Dr. Ross. How are y'all doing?
Good.
You caught my interest a little while ago when you said the study with the preemie babies. One was taking 400 IUs of vitamin D, and the other one was 800, and the results of the 800 were so much better. Now, if you look at that amount of vitamin D compared to the size of the baby, such a small weight, let's say, how would that relate to, say, a grown adult and how much they should take? And, for instance, I've been taking over 20,000 units for over 4 or 5 years. My 25-hydroxy vitamin D number ranges 68, 70, 72. I can't drive it up any higher. My doctor doesn't want me taking any more than that. He thinks that's good enough. They say 100 can become toxic if you take it for a prolonged period of time. But I just wondered what you think about that.
Go ahead, Dr. Ross.
So your blood levels of vitamin D are running over 50?
Yeah.
Then you're
they've been about 68, 70 for a few years now. I started out at 42. And I was only taking 7,000 IUs a day, and I drove it up by taking I'm taking right around 21 if you include my multi.
All right,
there is a toxicity level, so be cautious about that, and that's why it's important to check your blood levels.
All right, isn't the toxicity, isn't it, when you have too much calcium in your blood? Isn't that one of the signs?
Too much calcium in the blood is usually an indicator of a parathyroid issue.
Okay, yeah, because I'm not there. I don't have that problem. That's why.
If you're taking that much D and you have too much calcium in the blood, a parathyroid needs to be checked.
Right. Well, I don't have the issue with the calcium, but I had heard that that's what you look. That's the marker you look for. But also, K2 would drive that calcium out of the blood. Am I right?
Oh, K2 is a whole other topic we can talk about another time because there's a lot of information on K2. K2 is like the CEO of Bone Rehab. D is the project manager, and all the rest of your nutrients are the workers.
So I should be. I'm taking K2 along with the D daily. So I mean, if you look at the way
when you say 20,000, you talking about 20,000 IUs?
Right.
At a time?
Yep. No. Separate.
No, but wait a minute. John, hold on a second. Let me understand what you're talking about. Are you taking 20,000 IUs of vitamin D3 every day?
Right. And I have been for years. And
are you comfortable with that, Dr. Ross?
No.
I think that's too much, man.
Yeah, I do too. I am not comfortable with that at all.
That's a little high, John. I know you're a big guy. I know, John.
That's why I'm thinking that body weight may have something to do with it, because I've gone over this with my doctor now for the last 3 years, and he doesn't seem to. He says, "Don't do any more. You don't need any more." But I wouldn't worry about it.
Why are you taking so much? Are you a vampire and don't go in the sun or something?
No, I mean, well, I'm not in the sun too much, Doc. I'm under the fluorescent lights all day in the store, so
I understand.
I really don't get a lot of sun. But I mean, every cell in your body has a receptor for vitamin D, so it's pretty important. If the sun's creating that much in your body, and then if we're eating the way we should be eating with a lot of vegetables and greens, we're getting the K2 with it. So nature's providing us with what we really need if you look at it.
That's a lot.
There's also calcium in the greens as well. So
I understand. I don't know. I wouldn't take that much, but that's just me. Yeah. But the three source, I wanted to get this in. Pardon me. I need to get this in. Dr. Ross, the three sources for vitamin, you source the supplements from three areas. What are they?
Lichen, which is the vegan source, which is your kind of a crustacean type looking thing, moth type thing.
Yeah.
We've got lanolin, which is from wool, and then we have the fish-based cod liver. So we've got the wide variety and range for everybody, and now with our new sprays that are in an MCT oil base,
right,
they don't have a oily taste to them. They're amazing.
So lanolin, fish liver sourced, and lichen sourced.
Correct. Covers all aspects, vegetarian, vegan, and fish.
There you go. We got it all covered. John, thank you for your comments and your questions and sharing what you do. We appreciate that. And Dr. Ross, thank you. And it's always nice to have you back onto the show. And we'll see you the next time. And congratulations. We love giving away that $25 supplement gift card all the time. We've been doing it for 12 years every day. We love doing that. And thank you for tuning in. We appreciate your listenership and your viewership. It means a great deal to us. We're on this is a project never ending. Educate and empower, because your health is your wealth.